Valentine Cerna Jr. that won the match. Even though Baker scored 2 more, but then they won it 5-4. We'll go again to the starting lineups there for Baker University, leading off and playing catcher spot Camden Carlin. Batting second, playing center field, Brendan Johnson. Batting third baseman, Seth Brown. Eli Young is the fourth spot, being the DH. John Jenkins is at first base. That is number 5. That's Colton Howerton in right field. Tyson Wallace will be in left field there. At second, at shortstop there, that is Jaden Bowers and Jesse Aguirre. Today's starting pitcher is Will Easley. Is today's starting pitcher there as well. Nate Breland meets his home plate there. We'll give you Central Methodist's starting lineup there. That's Valentine Cerna Jr. He is at first base there as well. Hit a big 3-run homer to win the game there. There he has a homer and 7 RBIs as well. Kyle Williams is at first base. Tanner Sears is the catcher. Ryan Malzahn hit a home run. He has 2 homers and 16 RBIs as well. Carlos Negron is in right field. Darius Freeman is at center. Peyton Becker, who has now have a total of 3 already this season, is the DH. David Soriano is at shortstop. Zeb Weedy is at third. And Nicholas Neighbors from beautiful Nashville, Tennessee, home of the Country Music Hall of Fame, will be on the mound today there. And looks like Baker University has their starting lineup there as well. Both the coaches are meeting at home plate. We should be getting game number 2, even though it's scheduled for 3:30. But I have a feeling we may start at 3:20 p.m. or so on this March the 9th. And, of course, as you may know, tomorrow is my birthday. Turned 50 years old, so if you're all listening in, if you have an opportunity, be sure to send me messages wishing me a nice 50th birthday. Should be getting started for game number 2. Of course, in the first period, 4:23 go in the first period. Pittsburgh, Minnesota, 0-0.
For the 45, cuts across.
So we're about ready to get started. Game number 2. The fourth and final game of the series there. 3. Camden Carlin up there. Went 1 for 2 with an RBI in the first game of this doubleheader. First pitch to him. That's a bit high. Ball 1 came at 3:23 p.m. Temperature 59 degrees. The time and temperature sponsored by the parking spot. Easy to spot, easy to park. The parking spot at Kansas City International Airport. 1-0 pitch to him. There's a strike. 1-1 now on Camden Carlin. 1-1 to count. One pitch. There's the curveball, strike 2 on the inside corner. 1-2. We're starting 7 minutes early, but that's okay with me. Of course, yesterday was daylight savings time, so we lost an hour of sleep, but we gained an hour of sunshine. Sun setting around 7 o'clock. Misses that one, 2-2. Of course, last night, sunset at 6 o'clock. Now we go to the 7 o'clock hour. Softball was scheduled to play 2 in Gulf Shores. They were canceled. Their next game is Wednesday in Walnut Ridge, taking on Williams Baptist. Doubleheader starts at 12 noon. And Pat Ritten's 1 win away from 1,000. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it to the screen. 2-2. Two and two the count. Hits a fly ball in the left field. That's well hit. Malzahn is there for out number 1. So now Brennan Johnson up the bat. Johnson went 0 for 3 in the first game of our doubleheader. Well, actually, it went 0 for 2 with a walk. Brennan Johnson has a homer and 4 RBIs. Ball 1 there. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 now. One and one to count. 1-1 pitch. 2-1 to count. Two balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch. Fouls it all. 2-2 now. Two and two the count on Brennan Johnson. Two balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. Sears has to hustle, but it'll be a strikeout there. So 1 out now, and here is Seth Brown. Came on as a pinch hitter there. And struck out to end the game there. Runner at first with 1 out. And the pitch to him. Ball 1. 1-0 to count. I thought maybe I heard strike, but it looked like the pitch was low. Here's the pitch to him. There's a strike call. Now it's 0-2 now. Oh, 2 to count to Seth Brown. Eli Young on deck. Both teams are 4-3 in the conference. Central Methodist 10-7. Baker 7-8. The 0-2. Strike 3 call. 2 quick outs. So 2 outs now. And here's Eli Young. Went 0 for 3 in the first game of the doubleheader. 3 homers, 10 RBIs on the season. Of course, out in the outfield, you have Malzahn in left. That's Freeman in center. Negron in right. Weedy at third. Soriano. Cerna Jr. Williams. Sears catching. Nicholas Neighbors from Nashville, Tennessee, and a foul ball there. Neighbors, 0-0, 6.94 ERA, 4 walks and 11 strikeouts. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Oh, nice job there. 0-2. Oh, 2 to count on Eli Young. 0-2. Fly ball to right field. Negron has some room. Makes it right in front of the warning track for the third out. Boy, that was close, but Negron tracks it down. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the first inning. No score on the Hart Conference Network. We'll go ahead and set the defense for you there. For Baker University, that is Tyson Wallace in left. Brennan Johnson in center field. In right field is Colton Howerton at third base. Seth Brown, shortstop. Jaden Bowers, second baseman. Javier Aguirre, first baseman. John Jenkins, the catcher. Camden Carlin. And Will Easley, the starting pitcher. 1-0, 2.25 ERA, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. From Houston, Texas, one of the best pitchers that came from Houston, the great Nolan Ryan, also wore 21. Like another famous 21 that used to pitch in the big leagues, Roger Clemens, who came from Katy, Texas. And, of course, he was the starting pitcher in the 1986 All-Star Game that was played in Houston. Of course, give you the starting lineups there. That's Valentin Cerna Jr. hit the 3-run homer in the bottom of the 6th inning for that 5-2 lead, even though Cade Adams hit the home run in the top of the 7th inning for that 5-4 game. Followed by Kyle Williams, Tanner Sears, Ryan Malzahn, Carlos Negron, of course, Darius Freeman, of course, Peyton Becker is the DH. David Soriano, and then, of course, Zeb Weedy at third base. Here's Valentin Cerna Jr. in the first game today. Went 1 for 2 with a homer and 3 RBIs. A big 3-run homer came in the 6th inning against Central Methodist, that 5-2 lead, and then Baker had 2 more in the 7th for the 5-4 victory. Homer and 7 RBIs on the season. First pitch to him. That's a ball high. 1-0 to count. Central Methodist, after this, they have an 8-game road trip. They'll have a 4-gamer at Canton, Missouri, taking on Culver Stockton. Games 1 and 2 on Saturday. Games 2, 3, and 4 next Sunday. 1-0. 2-0 to count. And then game 5 and 6 on March the 22nd. They go to Dubuque, Iowa, take on Clark. And then 2 weeks, game 7-8, 2 weeks from today. Their next home game, March 29th. Taking on William Penn, 1 o'clock start time. And that first part of a 4-game series in games 1 and 2 on the 29th, 30th, will be game 3 and 4. And that first game on Saturday the 29th will be my 500th Central Methodist baseball game. And a leadoff walk there. Hopefully a great start to remember. Cerner Jr. led off with a walk. Here's Kyle Williams. Went 0 for 3 in that first game today. Has a homer and 15 RBIs. First pitch to him. Ball 1. 1-0 to count. One and 0 to count. The 1-0. That's a bit high. 2-0 now. Tanner Sears on deck. Two and 0 to count. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. 2-1 now. 2 balls and a strike. Two 1 pitch. Gets away, but it's 3-1 now. Tanner Sears on deck. Three and 1 to count. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4, so back-to-back walks now. Here's Tanner Sears, who went 0 for 2 with a walk. 2 homers, 16 RBIs on the year. Had a great visit with his mom, Shelly, along with his dad, Kurt.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student-athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference.
We'll have, looks like another pitcher, new pitcher on the mound. So after 2 batters, we'll have new pitcher on the mound there. See who the new pitcher is to the left-hander. We know that. Looks like it's Trent Davidson on the new pitcher. 1-0 with his ERA 0. 8 walks and just 7 strikeouts. So next time we'll have some. Next time we'll be at Central Methodist will be on March the 22nd. Softball game with Mid-American Nazarene pregame show at 12:45 p.m. 1 o'clock start time. Hopefully around that time frame, of course, Pat Reardon will have achieved 1,000 victories in his career. Probably because of an injury or something there as well. So in a situation like this, he can take as many warm-up tosses as he wants to. So back to first base is Kyle Williams. Valentine Cerna Jr. is at second. And Tanner Sears is the batter. So Tanner Sears is the batter. So first and second, nobody out. Base hit could score Valentine Cerna Jr. If they can hit a double either to the deepest part of the left or deepest part right, he could score Kyle Williams. That's a ball high, 1-0 the count on deck. Ryan Malzahn, who had a great visit with his family, came from Wentzville. The 1-0 pitch. Lines a shot into left field. That is a base hit. And now the bases are loaded full of Eagles. And nobody out. Of course, second time we've had the bases loaded, came away with no runs there. And now Ryan Malzahn has Gavin Whitehurst as the courtesy runner. Malzahn went 1 for 2 with a homer and an RBI. He has 2 homers and 16 RBIs. He's tied with Tanner Sears for second in RBIs. Negron has 18. All came in a doubleheader, yet 4 of them came in that doubleheader along with 8 RBIs. Swings and misses, strike 1. 6 innings from in the first game today from Marcus Lopez, and then Landon Winham gets the save. That's a bit high, 1-1 the count with Carlos Negron on deck. Of course, I had a great visit with Carlos's dad in between games of the doubleheader. Of course, he was there yesterday as well. Had a great visit with him both Saturday and Sunday. 1-1 pitch. Ball 2. 2-1 now as the count. Two balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch. There's a strike. 2-2 to count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded. Cerna Jr. is at third. Williams at second. Gavin Whitehurst is at first. Base hit can bring you 2. Double can clear the bases. Triple the same way. Home run can give you 4. 2-2 pitch. Just missed. 3-2 now. Usually when I can tell you in all the years I've watched Major League Baseball, the best way to do it with 2 strikes, just shorten up your swing and just put the ball in play. That's the simplified hitting to hit with 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch. Swings and misses, strike 3 call, so 1 out now. Here's Carlos Negron. Negron went 0 for 3 in our first game of the doubleheader. 4 homers, 18 RBIs. So far in the series, he has 4 homers and 8 RBIs. 3 of them came in game 1 on Saturday. At that time, he had 7 RBIs. So bases loaded. 2 outs now. And the pitch to him. That's a ball high. 1-0 the count. Darius Freeman on deck. Had a great visit with him in between games of the doubleheader. The 1-0 pitch. There's a strike on the inside corner. 1-1 now. One ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Misses that one. 2-1 now. 2 balls and a strike on Carlos Negron. Two-one pitch. To a little chopper. That's going to be a tough play. But it's a foul ball. 2-2 the count. 2-2 to count on Carlos Negron. Bases loaded, full of Eagles. 2-2 pitch. Hits a high fly ball in the center field. Center fielder will make the catch. Tagging up is Valentin Cerner Jr. to make it 1-0 on a sac fly there. An RBI for Carlos Negron there. Did his job perfectly. And Negron has 19 RBIs on the year. Here's Darius Freeman. Went 0 for 2 with a walk. He has 3 homers, 13 RBIs. And remember, that third home run came in game number 2 yesterday with the grand slam in the first inning. They gave Central Methodist the 4-1 lead there. Williams at second. Whitehurst at first. Ball 1 there. 1-0 to count. In that first game yesterday, in game number 1, when Central Methodist scored the 15 run, 20 men went to the plate. 27 runs, that's the most in school history in the last 32 years. The 1-0. Hits a little ground ball to the first baseman. He'll take it himself for the third out. So 1 run on just 1 hit. No errors. 2 left on. We head to the top of the second inning. Central Methodist 1, Baker nothing. One run, 1 hit, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, no hits, no errors for Baker. Looks like Cade Adams, who batted 1 time, hit a 2-run homer in the 7th inning. Of course, he's now 2 for 2 with a homer and 3 RBIs. First pitch to him. That's a ball, 1-0 to count. Colton Howerton will follow, and then Tyson Wallace. One ball, no strike. Nicholas Neighbors from Nashville, home of the Nashville Predators in the National Hockey League. Swings and misses, strike 1. They're still in the contention for the Stanley Cup playoffs with a little over a month left in the regular season. Of course, the Stanley Cup playoffs, I believe, probably won't start until maybe the 22nd of April. But check your local listings. 2-1 to count. I know the regular season ends on April 17th. Two and 1 to count on Cade Adams. I think he's subbing in for John Jenkins. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Two-two pitch. A little poke shot into, that is a foul ball. Boy, that was come close to maybe a line drive single over the head of Kyle Williams. But instead, it's 2-2. Quentin Norris here, the birthday boy, you might say. Early happy birthday. Turn 50 tomorrow. Two and two the count. 2-2 pitch. 3-2 now. Three and two now on Cade Adams. The pitch from Neighbors. Swing and a miss. Has to throw over the first to complete the out. So one out now, and here is Colton Howerton up the bat. Went 1 for 2 with a homer and an RBI there in the first game today. 1 homer, 10 RBIs on the season. First pitch to him. Oh, it gets away, but it's a ball. 1-0 the count with Tyson Wallace on deck. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Hits a little chopper. Soriano has it to Kyle Williams. There's 2 quick outs there. And here's Tyson Wallace. Went 0 for 2 with a walk. Wallace has a homer and 8 RBIs on the season. That kind of gets away from there. Ball 1. One and 0 to count the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to count. On Tyson Wallace. The 1-1. Nice job of framing it by Tanner Sears, as Joe Garziola will used to say on NBC television. And the count is 1-2 now. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Ball, 2-2 now. Fourth and final game of this one. Central Memphis won the first one 27-3, won 9-8 in game number 2 yesterday in the bottom of the 8th inning on the game-winning RBI by Tanner Sears. Then 5-4 earlier. 2-2 pitch. Chops that one foul just to protect the play and maybe just to increase the tension. Javier, actually that is Jaden Bowers on deck. Two and 2 the count. 2-2 pitch. Ball 3, 3-2. You look to the bottom of the second, you got the lower third. Becker, Soriano, Weedy. Three-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 call. fourth strikeout for Nicholas Neighbors in a 1-2-3 inning. Goes Baker. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Central Methodist 1, Baker nothing. One run, one hit, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, no hits, no errors for Baker. As Peyton Becker up there is a bat. Went 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and a walk and an RBI. Has 3 RBIs on the season. Had a great visit with him from Milwaukee, which is where one of my favorite people lived there, named Bob Euchre, of course, until he passed away. I believe on January 16th at the age of 90. Longtime voice of the Brewers for 54 years. The 1-0. Strike 1-1, of course. Along with that, of course, he helped out on ABC Sports there when the first year of Monday Night Baseball teamed up with Bob Prince and Warner Wolf. 1-1 pitch. Swings and misses 1 and 2. Of course, the best interview he ever did. Back in June of 1976, and he interviewed a pitcher named Mark the Bird Fidridge after a 6-1 victory over the New York Yankees on Monday Night Baseball. 1-2 pitch. Shouts that one foul. And then one known fact is he was known to give a scouting report to Billy Martin because the Brewers were playing the Yankees on that Sunday. Then Bob Euchre flew with the Yankee team to Detroit. Becker hits a high fly ball in the center field. That's a base hit. Boy, he is swinging a hot bat there. Second hit of the game for Central Methodist. And here's David Soriano, who went 1 for 3 with a single. 1 homer, 9 RBIs. You wonder if they may play some small ball there. Do like the Cardinals did with under manager Whitey Herzog. Infield in at the corner, infield at normal depth up the middle. Now they got him picked off. And that's an out there, so it'll be a caught stealing. Boy, they caught him leaning the wrong way there. And sometimes when you lean the wrong way, a lot of times it doesn't work out as well. So with 1 out, Soriano is up to bat. First pitch to him. It's a little cue shot to the shortstop. Throws over the first. There's 2 outs. Looks like Cade Adams is over at first base now. Here's Zev Weedy, went 1 for 3 with a single. 4 homers, 15 RBI. Had a great visit with his mom, Tiffany, from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. An 8-hour drive, they said they drove to get to Fayette. Ball 1 there. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Outside, 2-0 on deck. Valentin Cerna Jr. started the first inning off with a walk. 2-0 pitch. Swings and misses. 2-1 now. Two and one to count on Zeb Weedy. 2-1 pitch. 3-1 now. Three balls and a strike. Three-one pitch. Inside corner. 3-2 now. Three balls and two strikes. 3-2 pitch. That's ball four there. So a 2-out walk. Here's Valentin Cerner Jr., who drew a walk and scored the first run of the game. Weedy's at first with the 2-out walk, and Cerner Jr. on the first pitch lines a base hit. Weedy thought about hitting for third, gets back to second. So first and second now, and just 2 outs there. And here's Kyle Williams, who drew a walk his first time up. He was the last batter that faced Will Easley. Weedy's at second with the walk. Cerner Jr. is at first with the single. First pitch to him. That's a strike. 0-1 to count. Tanner Sears is on deck. Oh and 1 to count. The 0-1 now. That's a bit high. 1-1 now. Tanner Sears on deck. 1-0 lead for Central Methodist on the sac fly. RBI by Carlos Negron. Base hit can score one. A double can bring in two. The 1-1. Triple will definitely score two. And it's 2-1. 2-1 to count there. You wonder if you may have the green light. And why not? When you enter the series hitting at 365, you may have any advantage you want to. 2-1 pitch. That's outside. 3-1 now. So 3-1 to count on Kyle Williams. Three and one to count. They check, and that goes Zeb Weedy. Three-one pitch. That's on the outside corner. 3-2 now. 3-2 now on Kyle Williams. Runners will go on the pitch. 3-2 the count. 3-2. Ball four, and now the bases are loaded full of Eagles. And here's Tanner Sears. He singled his first time up. It'll just be a second before he kicks off his catcher's gear. Of course, he was the batter when Trent Davidson came into the game there. They'll take a timeout here. 1-0 lead for Central Methodist.
He's for the 45, cuts across midfield, up the right sideline, stumbles, breaks the tackle. He's to the 20, to the 10. He is taking it into the end zone for a touchdown. Still caught down the line, and it's in. A line drive right down the line. Running catch by Jolly. Here's Mike Henry, turns, shoots, hits it from the corner, the fading three.
Now Tanner Sears at the bat. Single to left his first time up. Bases loaded full of Eagles with 2 outs. 2 outs. 1-0 lead for Central Methodist. Ball 1, but not far enough to advance. Zeb Weedy. One ball, no strikes. They're playing Tanner toward left. Base hit can bring you to a double, could clean the bases. The 1-0 swings and misses. 1-1 there. Triples clear out 3. Home run brings in 4. 1-1 to count. Looks like their catcher. See if he's okay there. That is their catcher, Camden Carlin. Nick Breland's going to check on him, make sure he's okay. So is the training staff. And he'll stay in the game there. One and one to count on Tanner Sears. Bases loaded full of Eagles. Sears at the plate there. The 1-1. Hits a high fly ball in the center field. Johnson has some room. And he makes the catch for the third out. So 1 run. So no runs on 2 hits. No errors. 3 left on. We head to the top of the third inning. 1-0 lead for Central Methodist on the Art Conference Network.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
One run, 3 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, no hits, no errors for Baker. And as Jayden Bowers comes to bat. Bowers went 0 for 1 with a sac bunt in the first game. Now has no homers, 5 RBIs. pitch clock violation, 1-0 to count. The 1-0 pitch. There's a strike, 1-1. Javier Aguirre on deck. And Camden Carlin to follow. The 1-1. Nice job of framing it, but it's ball 2. 2-1 to count. Two and one to count. 2-1 pitch. Misses that one. 3-1 now. Of course, after the softball one on the 12th, on March 12th against Williams Baptist, then St. Patrick's Day. There it goes. St. Louis take on Missouri Baptist. Doubleheader starts at 2. Second game at 4. 3-1 pitch. Fouls it to the screen at 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch. Ball 4 now. So leadoff walk. Here's Javier Aguirre, who went 1 for 2 with a single. Aguirre has no homers, 3 RBIs. Tries the bunt, lays down a bunt. Beautiful play. Weedy has it. His only play is the first. So a sack bunt. 5-3 on your scorecard. And there's one out now. And at second base is Jaden Bowers for Camden Carlin, who flew out to Ryan Malzahn his first time up. Runner at second, 1 out. That's a bit high, 1-0 to count. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Ground ball, nice, knocks it down by Soriano. Throws over the first. Not quite. Bang, bang play. But a good job by Soriano keeping the ball in front from going into the outfield. So that's how they're going to, interesting how they're going to score that one. Probably, yeah, they're going to give him an error. But the best thing is he kept Bowers at second base. That was the best part. As Brendan Johnson struck out and reached first. So a courtesy runner, Carson Adams is the... So Cade Adams is from Odessa, Missouri. That's in Lafayette County, between Higginsville and Lexington. Lines a shot. There's a base hit there. So now bases loaded for Wildcats. And now Seth Brown be the, actually, that's Jackson Truman, the next hitter up there. Truman played yesterday, has no homers, 3 RBIs on the season. Now Sears and Neighbors go. Jackson Truman, probably 7 in for Seth Brown. So bases loaded for Wildcats. Bowers at third, Carlin's at second. And the first pitch. There's a strike call, 0-1 now. Eli Young is on deck. Johnson's at first. 0-1 to count. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike two. No balls and 2 strikes. Quentin Norris here from the catbird seat. 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch. Nice job of framing it, but it's a ball. 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. It's a little chopper. And that's a foul ball. Good job there by Tanner Sears letting the ball go foul. If he would have picked it up and threw it to first, Bowers would have scored the tying run. One and two the count. 1-2 pitch. Strike three call. Big out there. 2 outs now. So 2 outs now. 5th strikeout of the day for Nicholas Neighbors. Here's Eli Young, who flew out to Carlos Negron right in front of the warning track. First pitch to him. That's a ball outside. Cade Adams on deck from who took over at first base for, looks like, John Jenkins. One to 0 to count. The 1-0. Fouls it off. 1-1. If you look ahead to the bottom of the third, you got Malzahn, Negron, Freeman. One and one to count. 1-1 pitch. Nice stop by Tanner Sears. 2-1 now. Two balls and a strike. Two-one pitch. Fouls it off. 2-2 to count. 2-2 to count to Eli Young. Two balls and 2 strikes. Cade Adams on deck. 2-2 pitch. Misses that one. Boy, that was close. 3-2 now. That was a good job of framing it by Tanner Sears. Three and two now. Neighbors goes through the pitching sequence, what he wants. 3-2. Fouls it off. 3-2 the count. Three and two the count. 1-0 lead for Central Methodist. Came on a sac fly by Carlos Negron. 3-2 the count. 3-2. Fly ball hit well to right field. Negron can't get to it. 1 run will score. A 2nd run will score. Here comes the 3rd run on a 3 RBI single by Eli Young to give Baker a 3-1 lead there. So for Eli Young, that's 13 RBIs on the year. So Cade Adams struck out his first time up from Odessa, Missouri. Just about 20 miles north of Lexington. That's a strike call. 0-1 there on Highway 131 there. A little bit south and you turn. That's a bit high, 1-1 there. So 3-1 lead there for Baker. On a 3 RBI single by Eli Young. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Little chopper, foul. 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Little chopper, foul. One and two to count. Outside, 2-2. Colton Howerton on deck. Three runs already on 2 hits. There was an error. Two and two to count. 2-2 pitch. Misses that one. 3-2. 3-2 the count here on Cade Adams. Eli Young will probably go on this pitch. There he goes. Pops it up. Kyle Williams has some room. And he makes the catch for the 3rd out. So 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and they leave 1. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Baker 3, Central Methodist 1.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
pitch to him. And there's a strike call. 0-1 the count there on Ryan Malzahn. Had a great visit with his family earlier in between games of the doubleheader. The 0-1 now. Inside, 1-1 with Carlos Negron, and then followed by Darius Freeman. One pitch. It's a high fly ball to right field. That is foul. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ryan Malzahn. The 1-2 pitch. Inside, a 2-2. 2-2 the count on Ryan Malzahn. 2-2 pitch. That's a bit high. 3-2. Well, Negron is having a great series. 4 homers, 9 RBIs. He could be one of our nominees for the Heinrich Conference Player of the Week. They'll probably announce it tomorrow. Here's a 3-2 pitch. A base hit for Malzahn. Just shorten up your stroke and go with the pitch, and you got yourself a base hit. The 4th hit of the game for Central Methodist. Here's Carlos Negron. Had a sac fly his first time up there. Of course, I earlier, talked to Carlos Negron's dad. He even told a great story about Roberto Clemente. And I even told the story that was Ozzie Smith's favorite ball player. If you remember last year, Ozzie Smith made a trip to Central Methodist and told a story about Roberto Clemente. Ground ball to the shortstop. Goes second for 1. First. Double play. 6-4-3 double play. So 2 outs now. Here's Darius Freeman, who grounded out the first base his first time up. First pitch to Freeman. That's outside. Ball 1 there. Peyton Becker on deck. The 1-0. Ball 2. 2-0. Becker on deck. Look like count is 1-1. Well, my book says 2-0. Hits a little chopper to the shortstop. Throws over to first for the 3rd out. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on. We are through 3. Baker 3, Central Methodist 1. runs, 2 hits, no errors for Baker, and 1 run, 4 hits, and an error for Central Methodist. First pitch to him. There's a strike call. 0-1 the count. Tyson Wallace on deck. Oh, 1 pitch. Fly ball to center field. I think Freeman is there for out number 1. So 1 out now. So Tyson Wallace struck out his first time up. Neighbors trying to keep it where it is, a 3-1 ball game. There's a strike call. Good job of framing it, as the great Tony Kubek used to say on NBC television. 0-1 the count. Little excuse me swing, but Neighbors will take care of it himself for out number 2. 2 quick outs now. Here is Jaden Bowers as we head toward the 4:30 hour on this Sunday, March the 9th. As you know, tomorrow is my birthday. I'll be 50 years old. Two quick outs now. Bowers walked. First pitch. Strike. About March the 10th, of course, 31 years ago, of course, Central Methodist men's basketball played an opening round game of the tournament in Nampa, Idaho. 27 years ago, Central Methodist women's basketball began their journey going to Angola, Indiana for their NAIA women's basketball tournament for the first time in school history. 0-2 the count. Oh, 2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 call. 1-2-3 and in goes Baker. We're halfway home. 3-1 Baker on the Hart Conference Network. Three runs, 2 hits, no errors for Baker University. 1 run, 4 hits, and an error for Central Methodist. Peyton Becker singled his first time up there today. First pitch to him. That's a bit high. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. David Soriano on deck, followed by Zeb Weedy. 3 big runs. Central Methodist led 1-0 on the sac fly by Carlos McGraw. Then the 3 RBI single in the third by Eli Young. 2-1 to count. Two balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now. 2-2 now on Peyton Becker. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Good job of protecting the plate by Peyton Becker. 2-2 to count to Peyton Becker. Central Methodist trying to go for a 4-game sweep. 2-2 pitch. Hits a high pop up there. Let's see who calls for it. And that's Cade Adams is there for the first out. Here's David Soriano. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up. It looks like Gavin Whitehurst is the batter up there. Whitehurst, no homers, 4 RBIs. He did play in the first game yesterday. First pitch to Whitehurst. That's a ball, 1-0 to count. Chesapeake, Virginia. 1-0 now. The 1-0 pitch. 2-0 to count. Zeb Weedy's on deck. Two balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner. A 2-1 now. Bottom of the fourth inning. 3-1 lead for Baker. Fouls that one off. 2-2. We know this Central Methodist team can rally. We saw that yesterday in game number 2. They were down 8-6, tied it at 8 on the 2-run homer by Tanner Steers in the 7th, and one on the game-winning RBI single in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-2 pitch. 3-2 now. So 3-2 now on Gavin Whitehurst. Three-two pitch. Ball 4 now, so lead the 1-out walk. Here's Zeb Weedy. He drew a walk his first time up. Back goes Whitehurst. Cerna Jr. on deck. Whitehurst at first with 1 out. The 1-0. Ball 1, 1-0 to count. 1-0 pitch. Back goes Whitehurst. One ball, no strikes on Zev Weedy. 1-0 to count in the 1-0. That's 2-0 to count there. Temperatures tomorrow, I think, for the first half of the week, I think they're talking about 70s tomorrow. Low 70s, and maybe cool off to about mid 60s there, and I think upper 50s by next Saturday, by next weekend, mid to upper 50s. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. They'll go second for one. First. That's a double play. 6-4-3 double play. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and no one let on. We head to the top of the fifth inning. Baker 3, Central Methodist 1. Three runs, 2 hits, no errors for Baker, and 1 run, 4 hits, and an error for Central Methodist. Looks like number 12, Vince Ray, is warming up in the Central Methodist bullpen. That's Joseph Aguirre at the bat. Aguirre had a sac bunt his first time up. That's a ball. And then 4 batters later, Eli Young drove in 3 runs on the 3 RBI single. The 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1 now. On Javier Aguirre. If you look to the bottom of the 5th inning, you got the top of the order coming up for Central Methodist. The 1-1. Fouls it off. 1-2 the count. One and two the count on Javier Aguirre. Oh, thank you. It's a little pop-up there. Let's see who calls for it. That's David Soriano makes the catch for out number 1 there. So 1 out now. Here's Camden Carlin, 0 for 2. Reached on an error in that 3rd inning that led to the 3-run inning there. First pitch to him. Oh, chin music there, or as Dwight Gooden calls it, Uncle Charlie. 1-0 to count. Nicholas Neighbors from Nashville, Tennessee. The 1-0. Little pop-up there. Let's see who calls for it. Valentin Cerna Jr. makes the catch for out number 2. Now here's Brendan Johnson, who was 1 for 2 with a single. First pitch. Ball one there. 1-0 the count. Boy, Jackson Truman is on deck, or less. Cannot tell where. That looks like Truman on deck. The 1-0. Ball two. Central Methodist this weekend, they'll head to Canton, taking on Culver Stockton Saturday, Sunday. Games 1 and 2 on Saturday. Next Sunday, games 3 and 4. And then the following weekend, they'll head to Dubuque, Iowa, take on Clark. Games 1 and 2 on that 22nd. Then 2 weeks from today, games 3 and 4. Strike two there. Strike one there. 2-1. Next home game, March the 29th. Taking on William Penn. 1 o'clock start time. Pre-game 12:45. Second game 3:30. Games 3 and 4. Also at 1 and 3:30. And then that first game on that Saturday will be the 500th Central Methodist baseball game. Ground ball. Kyle Williams will take it himself for the third out. A 1-2-3 inning goes Baker. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Baker 3, Central Methodist 1. Zero strikeouts from Olathe, Kansas. Came from William Joe. Used to be one of the original members of the Heart America Conference back in 1971. Remember going to William Jewell a few times, to the Mabee Center for women's basketball. Also, remember going to the football stadium a few times. So now Valen, 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Baker. 1 run, 4 hits, and an error for Central Methodist. As Valentine Senior Jr. up there 1 for 1 with a single. First pitch to him. There's a strike call, 0-1 now. Kyle Williams and then Tanner Sears. The 0-1. Ball 1, 1-1 now. One ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. 2-1 now. 2 balls and a strike on Valentine Senior Jr. From Ingleside, Illinois, around the Chicago area. 2-1 pitch. Lines a base hit up the middle. He's been on base 3 times with 2 singles and a walk. 5th hit of the game for Central Methodist. And now here comes Kyle Williams, 0 for 0 with 2 walks. First pitch to him. That's a ball. 1-0 to count. The 1-0. Way outside. 2-0. Two balls and no strikes on Kyle Williams. Cerny Jr.'s at first. 2-0 pitch. Here's a ground ball. Second baseman, they'll go to one, but not in time for the double play. So a fielder's choice, 1 out. Here's Tanner Sears. 1 for 2 with a single. So he faces the two batters. I think there's a one rule they need to have in the Hard American Conference, like they do in Major League Baseball. They have to have a 3-batter minimum before making a pitching change. So he faces the two batters and turns it over to Brady Friend there. We'll take a timeout there. It's called the bullpen. It's sponsored by Subway. 3-1 Baker. Brady Friend is from Westwood, Kansas. Central Methodist led 1-0 on a sac fly by Carlos Negron, but then Baker added 3 more in the third on the 3 RBI single by Eli Young. So here's Tanner Sears at the bat, 1 for 2. Kyle Williams at first. He reached on a fielder's choice. First pitch to him. Ball 1 there. 1-0 to count. 1-0 to count. Tying run at the plate. Bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-0. Strike on the outside corner. 1-1 now. One ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Ground ball, base hit up the middle. Kyle Williams will stop at second. And now here's Ryan Malzahn, 1 for 2 with a single. Six hits now for Central Methodist, and looks like that's Aaron Guest Jr. is the courtesy runner. Here's Ryan Malzahn, 1 for 2 there. Also. So first and second, 1 out. in the first pitch. It's a high fly ball in the right field. The right fielder gives a chase. Back. Gone! A 3-run homer by Ryan Malzahn, and Central Methodist leads it 4-3. Ryan Malzahn has done it. And for Malzahn, his third of the year, RBI number 19 has given Central Methodist a 4-3 lead. Boy, he sent that one for a ride and went over the fence. Here's Carlos Negron. 0 for 1, has sac fly and an RBI. And a 4-3 lead for Central Methodist. There's a ball. He hit it pretty good. We didn't know if it was going to go off the wall or the right fielder was going to catch it, but it went over the wall. Swing and a miss, 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. There's a strike, 1-2 now. So far in this 4-game series, 4 homers, 9 RBIs. The 1-2. Up high, 2-2. There is activity in the Central Methodist bullpen. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off. 2-2. Darius Freeman on deck. Two-two pitch. Hits a high fly ball to left field. That's well hit. Back, away, back and gone! 5-3 Central Methodist. That's his 5th of the year and number 20. And what a series for Carlos Negron. 5 homers and 10 RBIs in this 4-game series. He hit 3 of them in game number 1 of the doubleheader, and has given Central Methodist a 5-3 lead. Away back. There's Darius Freeman. So time has been called for, and a Central Methodist, thanks to a 3-run homer by Ryan Malzahn, that went over the right field, just barely cleared the right field wall. They gave a 4-3 lead, and then on the 2-2 pitch, it was Carlos Negron hitting a 3-run, hit a solo shot for the 5-3 lead there. The bullpen is sponsored by Polaroid Camera. Cage Callaghan is the new pitcher on the mound. Second time he has pitched in this series. And the 5th pitcher of the day for Baker University. That's Landon Willingham. Got the save in game number 1 today. Fifth pitcher today for Baker University is Cage Gallahan. Now Darius Freeman up there, 0 for 2 on the day with 2 groundouts. 4 runs on 4 hits so far. Still 1 out in the first pitch. It's a high fly ball to left field. Left fielder goes back, makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs now for Peyton Becker, who is 1 for 2 with a single. First pitch to him. There's a strike. 0-1 in the count. No balls and 1 strike. 5-3 Central Methodist. 0-1 pitch. There's a foul ball. 1-2. David Soriano was on deck. And then he was pinch hit by Gavin Whitehurst. 0-2 pitch. Fouls it off there. Good job of protecting the plate by Peyton Becker. If everything goes according to plan, we may interview Nate Breland after a 4-game sweep. 0-2 pitch. Little ground ball to the second baseman. Has it. Throw the first, and there's the third out. But 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors. No one lets on. We're through 5. Central Methodist 5. Baker 3.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference. Champions in competition, leaders in life.
Runs, 8 hits and an error for Central Methodist, and 3 runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Baker. And it's Jackson Truman up there. He struck out his first time up there. Top of the 6th inning there. Nicholas Neighbors trying to keep it where it is. Oh, there's a strike call. 0-1 in the count. On 1 to count, a little past 5 o'clock on this Sunday. Started at 3:23. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Normally it would have been at 3:30, but we started 7 minutes early, which that's fine by me. 0-2 to count. 0-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. That is well hit, but that's going to go foul. 3-2 now. 0-2 to count. On 2 to count. On Jackson Truman. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 called. So 1 out now, and here is Eli Young. Had a 3 RBI single in that 3rd inning. It gave Baker a 3-1 lead. before the 3-run homer by Ryan Malzahn, and then the home run by Carlos Negron there. First pitch to him. Hits the ground ball. Soriano throws over to Kyle Williams. Oh, it got away. Oh, my. So that'll probably be an error right there. The second error of the game for Central Methodist. That'll be on Soriano. Had to look like he had to rush the throw there. Cade Adams is 0 for 2. This season, he's 2 for 4, batting .500 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Neighbors works in that stretch position. First pitch to him. A little bit inside, and he gets hit by a pitch. So now it's first and second now, and 1 out for Colton Howerton, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Looks like Breland wants to settle him down there. With a 5-3 lead. There's a couple of in the bullpen. I think one of them is Landon Willingham. First and second, 1 out. First pitch to Howerton. That's a ball outside. 1-0 to count. Tyson Wallace is on deck. Neighbors has a 2-run lead to work with, but the tying runs at first. 1-0 to count. Here is the pitch. Missed. 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike call. 2-1 now. Young is at second. Reached on the error. Cade Adams was hit by a pitch. 2-1 to count. 2-1 pitch. Oh, nice one, but missed. 3-1. I thought it looked like he was going to catch the outside corner, but it's 3-1 now. Three balls and a strike. 3-1 pitch. Ground ball, Weedy. They'll go to second for 1. The first. But that'll be a fielder's choice. So they get the second out. And here's Tyson Wallace, 0 for 2 on the day. So that's Dominic Proctor at third base, and now Breland wants an explanation. Thought maybe that should be runner interference. So Tyson Wallace up there. 5-3 now with 2 outs. So runners are at the corners. Wallace is 0 for 2. First pitch. Pops that one up. I think Williams may have a play. Negron out of play. 0-1 in the count. If you look ahead to the bottom of the sixth inning, you got, I think it'll be Soriano, Weedy, and actually Proctor's at third. He may get the bat. And then Valentin Cerna Jr. 0-1 the count. On Ryan Tyson Wallace. The 0-1 now. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Boy, he took something off there on that curveball, and it's strike two. 0-2 now. If everything goes according to plan, we may get to interview Nate Breland. Talk about a 4-game sweep, and then preview the games with Culver Stockton and Clark. 0-2 pitch. Fly ball there. I think Freeman has it for the third out. So no runs, no hits, no error, 1 error, 2 left on. We are headed to the bottom of the sixth inning. Central Methodist 5, Baker 3. Five runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Central Methodist. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Baker University. And now it looks like David Soriano will be the batter. It was 0 for 1. Grounded out to short his first time. Then Gavin Whitehurst came on a pinch hit, drew a walk in the 4th inning. Trying to add some runs there. Why not? As Dominic Proctor is warming up. First pitch. Ball 1 there. One and 0 the count. The 1-0. Ball 2, 2-0 the count. Two balls and no strikes on David Soriano. 3-0 the count. Three balls and no strikes on David Soriano. 3-0. Takes it all the way. 3-1 now. 3 balls and a strike on David Soriano. Three 1 pitch. Fouls that one off. 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Three 2 pitch. Fouls it all. Still 3-2. Three and 2 to count. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4 and a leadoff walk there. Hopefully this could lead some greater things there. As Dominic Proctor came on to play third base. 263 hitter, no homers, 1 RBI. Senior from Dumfries, Virginia, around the Washington, D.C. area. They may play some small ball here, like White Herzog used to do that a lot. First pitch. Lays down a beautiful bunt there. First baseman's pitcher's only play is the first. Beautiful job by Dominic Proctor. He got the job done perfectly. Moving Soriano in the second. And now bring up Valentin Cerna Jr., who's been on base 3 times with 2 singles. Also drew a walk in the first inning. And now another pitcher. It'll be the 6th pitcher of the day for Bacon University. And this time the call to bullpen is sponsored by Verizon Wireless. That's Braden Yukon, the new pitcher on the mound. From Vancouver, of course, home of the Vancouver Canucks of the National Hockey League. The 6th pitcher of the day for Bacon University. Soriano's at second, drew a walk, and then moved over on the sac bunt by Dominic Proctor. Of course, you remember that 6th inning game number 1 earlier today with a score of 2-2 with a 2-2 tie. Valentin Cerna Jr. hit a 3-run homer that gave Central Methodist a 5-2 lead and then hang on for the 5-4 victory. There is 1 out. A little past 5:15 on this Sunday, March the 9th. Of course, today was daylight savings time. We gained an hour, and also again we gained an hour of sunlight. Normally the sun will now be setting around the 7 o'clock hour. Soriano's at second. Here is Cerna Jr. with 2 singles and he also drew a walk. First pitch. Strike call, 0-1 in the count. Central Methodist trying to go for a 4-game sweep, and why not? 11-7, but most important number, 5-3 in the conference. The 0-1. Lines a shot! Foul, boy. He came that close and we get it 6-3. But my mom used to say, just straighten it out, buddy. Straighten it out. And I'm sure I can hear my mom say that to Valentin Cerna Jr. Even though she's probably listening in from Slater, Missouri. 0-2 now. Little cue shot there. That is a job called protecting the plate, as Joe Garziola used to say on NBC television. 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch. Lines a shot right there. Throw it over to second. They got him. throws the second for the third out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one lets on. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Central Methodist 5, Baker 3. So new pitcher on the mound, Tyler Coakley, 0-2, 13.50 yards, 10 walks, 6 strikeouts from Burlington, Ontario, Canada. Trying to get another save there for Central Methodist. Central Methodist, 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. 3 runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Baker. Central Methodist trying to go for win number 11, but most important number, 5-3 in the conference. If everything goes according to plan, we'll hopefully talk it over with Nate Breland. Innings there for Nicholas Neighbors. Winningham is still warming up, just in case he gets into trouble. As we head to the 7th inning. That's Jaden Bowers up there. Bowers is 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch. Oh, just popped the glove from Tanner Sears, and it's ball 1 there. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Misses inside, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. Misses that one, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes. Top of the 7th inning. Just allowed 2 hits for Nicholas Neighbors. So leadoff walk now. And here's Javier Gary, 0 for 1 with a sac bunt in the 3rd inning. Now looks like a little conference action, trying to settle down Tyler Coakley. So Pace is the 1 batter, and now Landon Willingham leading the bat. Of course, he got a save there in game number 1 there. Pitched 1 inning, even though he allowed the 2 runs there to Cade Adams, but he really did a wonderful job there settling it down and got the save there and a victory for Central Methodist, their 10th of the year. Now could he go 2 for 2? 5-3 Central Methodist. 45,212. Millions are watching on television across the world. As a Gary up the bat, 0 for 1 with a sac bunt. Camden Carlin on deck. Bowers is at first. He drew a walk on 4 pitches. Landon Williams trying to keep it where it is, a 5-3 lead. He got the save. First pitch. Strike, 0-1 now. 0-1 the count. 0-1. Little cue shot and a base hit at the middle. Now the tying runs at first. So first and second, and now nobody out. Here's Camden Carlin, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Only the third hit of the game. The first hit since the third inning. That was when both their hits came in there in that third inning. Five to 3 now. Tying runs at first. There's the go-ahead run at the plate. First pitch. Oh, there's a strike call. 0-1 now. Brendan Johnson on deck. Remember, in that second game yesterday, hit the go-ahead home run in that 7th inning. They gave Baker the 8-6 lead. Fly ball hit well to center field. Freeman goes back, makes the catch in front of the warning track. And head to third is Bowers. And there's one out now. And the runs are at the corners for Brendan Johnson, who was 1 for 3 with a single. Just 2 more outs to go. Estes Field shivering with its concrete foundations. First and third now. Pitch to him. That's a ball. 1-0 to count. If you look ahead to the 7th inning, the bottom of the 7th, Williams steers Malzahn. 1-0 to count. The 1-0. Lines a shot. Negron is there to make the catch. Tag. No. They hold the runners. Great play by Carlos Negron. There's 2 outs now for Jackson Truman. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So now it's first and third. Now pitcher. That looks like Seth Brown, who batted 1 time. He struck out in the first inning. Bowers at third. Algary is at first. First pitch to him. Nice stop by Sears. Keep it in front. 1-0 to count. Central Methodist led 1-0 after 1. Baker added 3 more in the third. Then Central Methodist 4 runs in the 5th. Thanks to a 3-run home run by Malzahn, and then a home run by Carlos Negron. 1-1 to count there. One ball, 1 strike. 1-1. Nice stop there by Sears. 2-1. That's Eli Young, who had the 3 RBI single in that third inning. Two and 1 to count. Little excuse me swing and a foul ball. So it's 2-2 now. 1 strike, 1 out to go. Listen to this crowd here, 45,000 here at Estes Field. Oh, and 2 to count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch. Misses that one, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 the count. 3-2. Ball 4 now. Just to increase the tension. And now the bases are loaded full of Wildcats for Eli Young. 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs. That came in that 3 RBI single that gave Baker the 3-1 lead. Heading just past 5:30 on this Sunday, March the 9th. Eli Young, the batter. Cade Adams is on deck. The pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. Woodingham getting the sign from Sears. The 0-1. Hits a fly ball. Hit well. That is a foul ball, and it's 0-2. And 2 the count. Bases loaded full of Wildcats. Bowers at third. Algieri is at second. Truman, actually Seth Brown's at first. 2 strikes the count. Here's the pitch. Outside just to increase the tension. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5-3. 1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. 3 left on. And Central Methodist have complete the 4-game sweep with a 5-3 victory. We'll give you the line totals. 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Central Methodist. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Baker University. A 4-game sweep. Five run, 8 hits. Central Methodist a victory at 11-7, 5-3 in the conference. Baker are 7-9 and 4-4 in the conference. Few moments, we're going to talk it over with Nate Breland there. Talk about today's victory there. Win number 11 and a 4-game sweep. Quit knowing to say so long. Few moments, we'll talk to Nate Breland there.